Hey fifth grade, this is Miss Reeser here. Your assignment for today is going to be lesson 12. And in lesson 12, you are learning some more about stanzas. And we've already learned what a stanza is. A stanza is a verse of poetry. So in poems, a poem is divided up into stanzas instead of paragraphs, okay? And we're going to be learning about 3 different kinds of stanzas today. The first kind is a couplet. A couplet stanza is a stanza that only has 2 lines, okay? So a couplet, remember a couple, a husband and his wife, only 2 people. So a couplet is a poem that has the stanzas only have 2 lines, all right? And in the book, they give you an example of that in a poem called The Hens. The night was coming very fast. It reached the gate as I ran past. The pigeons had gone to the tower of the church, and all the hens were on their perch. Up in the barn, and I thought I heard a piece of little purring word. I stepped inside, waiting and staying to try to hear what the hens were saying. And then the poem goes on. But notice these stanzas only have 2 lines, and also notice that let's see if we can focus. Each line rhymes. So fast and past rhyme. Church and perch rhyme. Heard and word rhyme. So in a couplet, each line rhymes. Okay? And again, a couplet is a poem that has only 2 lines. All right? The second is called a tercet, and that is a stanza that has 3 lines, okay? A tercet is a stanza that only has 3 lines, and again, they give you an example of this in your book in a poem called At the Seaside. When I was down beside the sea, a wooden spade they gave to me to dig the sandy shore. My holes were empty like a cup, in every hole the seam came up, till it could come no more. So that's an example of a poem with 3-line stanzas called a tercet. And notice, not every line is going to rhyme, okay? The first 2, in this poem, the first 2 lines rhyme, the third doesn't, and that's okay. But at least two of the lines need to rhyme. All right? And the third type of stanza is called a quatrain, and that is a stanza with 4 lines, okay? And this is the most common type of poem that you'll see. Most poems have stanzas that are divided up into 4 lines, okay? And it can have different rhythm patterns and different rhyming patterns too. So in the book it says, "Who has seen the wind? Neither I nor you, but when the leaves hang trembling, the wind is passing through. Who has seen the wind? Neither you nor I, but when the trees bow down their heads, the wind is passing by." Okay, so that is an example of a poem with 4 lines, and or stanzas with 4 lines, and that's what we call a quatrain. Okay, so in review, a stanza is a verse of poetry. A couplet is a stanza with only 2 lines, and both lines need to rhyme. A tercet is a stanza with 3 lines, and a quatrain is a stanza with 4 lines. So, for something a little extra, I would like for you to look at some poetry and see if you can find each kind of stanza. So, see if you can find a poem that has couplet stanzas, see if you can find a poem that has tercet stanzas, and see if you can find a poem that has quatrain stanzas, okay? That's just for something extra practice for you to do to apply what we've been learning today. All right, 5th grade, hope you have a good day.